Alright, hello guys, welcome back to another video. So I wasn't really planning on making this video, but it looks like we have some breaking news coming straight out of Omegle. This news has came out in the past hour, and it's really crazy news because it looks like Omegle is going to be shutting down. Guys, I think it's safe to say that it's just over. It's Jover, dude, because now if you try to go to omegle.com, you get this message right here. Dear strangers, from the moment I discovered the internet at a young age, it has been a magical place to me. Growing up in a small town relatively isolated from the larger world, it was a revelation how much more there was to discover, how many interesting people and ideas the world had to offer. Now, I didn't realize how long this was until I started reading it, but just a little TLDR here. This is a message from the founder of Omegle, in which he talks about the reason why he wanted to start Omegle in the first place. He talked a lot about his personal life and his visions and whatnot, and a little bit further down in this message, he also talks about the reason why Omegle is shutting down, in which is looking like the main reason why Omegle is shutting down is because the site has fallen victim to many attacks, in which the founder of Omegle states, in recent years it looks like the whole world has become more honorary. Maybe that has something to do with the pandemic or with political disagreements. Whatever the reason, people have become faster to attack and slower to recognize each other's shared humanity. One aspect of this has been a constant barrage of attacks on communication services, Omegle included, based on the behavior of a malicious subset of users. To an extent, it is reasonable to question the policies and practices of any place where crime has occurred, because if you guys aren't aware, and I think it's quite obvious, crimes do happen on Omegle, just like any other communication service. But continuing, I've always welcomed constructive feedback, and indeed, Omegle implemented a number of improvements based on such feedback over the years. However, the recent attacks have felt anything but constructive. The only way to please these people is to stop offering the service. Sometimes they say so explicitly and avowedly. Other times it can be inferred from their act of setting standards that are not humanly achievable. Either way, the net result is the same. Omegle is the direct target of these attacks, but their ultimate victim is you. All of you out there who have used or would have used Omegle to improve your lives and the lives of others. When they say Omegle shouldn't exist, they are really saying that you shouldn't be allowed to use it, that you shouldn't be allowed to meet random new people online. That idea is anathema to the ideals I cherish, specifically to the bedrock principle of a free society that when restrictions are imposed to prevent crime, the burden of those restrictions must not be targeted at innocent victims or potential victims of crime. Now I'm skipping forward a little bit. The battle for Omegle has been lost, but the war against the internet rages on. Virtually every online communication service has been subject to these same kinds of attacks as Omegle, and while some of them are much larger companies with much greater resources, they all have their breaking point somewhere. I worry that unless the tides turn soon, the internet I fell in love with may cease to exist, and in its place we will have something closer to a souped up version of TV, focused largely on passive consumption, with much less opportunity for active participation and genuine human connection. If that sounds like a bad idea to you, please consider donating to the Electric Frontier Foundation, an organization that fights for your rights online. From the bottom of my heart, thank you to everyone who used Omegle for positive purposes, and to everyone who has contributed to the site's success in any way. I'm so sorry I couldn't keep fighting for you. Now, okay, as far as I'm aware, this message from the founder of Omegle didn't go really into depth about what had happened, and it's kind of hard to wrap my head around this, but as far as I'm aware, according to the EFF.org, it looks like this is all over government censorship, and I don't know if this is for sure or not, but it looks like Omegle must have been fighting against this essentially, and it looks like the main reason why they shut down is because of this. Today, certain powerful corporations are attempting to shut down online speech, prevent new innovation from reaching customers, and facilitating government surveillance. We challenge corporate overreach just as we challenge government abuses of power. We also develop technologies that can help individuals protect their privacy and security online, which our technologists build and release freely to the public for anyone to use. In addition, EFF is engaged in major legislative fights, beating back digital censorship bills disguised as intellectual property proposals, championing reform bills that rein in government surveillance, and much more. We are working with advocates worldwide to create a global digital environment that upholds both human rights and constitutional rights, and we continue to take on cutting-edge legal cases to win victories for user rights. Now, as vague as his original message was, after seeing what the EFF is and what they do, and the fact that Omegle wants you to donate to the EFF, it looks like exactly what we just went over is what Omegle has been at the receiving end of, and that is one of the main reasons why they shut down. Now, I don't know if I'm 100% correct about this. If I happen not to be correct, feel free to correct me in the comments section down below. And yeah, I really wouldn't be surprised if this is what caused Omegle to get shut down. On top of the fact that, you know, it's expensive to run a service like this. And it really is unfortunate to see a company like this that has been around since like 2009 and has been doing this for that long just to shut down because, you know, they were pressured by the government and these other issues, and they essentially just had to stop fighting because they couldn't do it. It was just too much. But besides that, I'm really interested in what people are going to be doing in terms of, like, you know, the people who already used Omegle before it got shut down, because I really do think that this is a surprise to a lot of people. It was a surprise to me, and I could only imagine what creators like Hyphonix are thinking about when they see this. Because if you guys don't know who Hyphonix is, he is a content creator who makes literally just solely Omegle content. Like, he literally trolls people on there. And I'll be honest here, it's really fun and entertaining content. And I'm just really curious what he's going to be doing now that Omegle has been shut down. And I know that there are other platforms out there that are similar to Omegle, but I'm just really curious, like how he and the users of Omegle and the other content creators, because I know there's more than one Omegle content creator out there, what they are going to do after this. Because honestly, this is very devastating news, and I really didn't use Omegle too much, but it really is sad seeing something that has been around for a very long time, something that was a whole era on YouTube and in content creation, just once again get shut down because they just couldn't handle, you know, fighting back against the government and other big corporations. Like, it's a really sad thing to see, and it's a sad day in history. It really is. But yeah, anyways, I think I'm gonna wrap up the video right there. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. This video might be all over the place because I rushed to get it out essentially, and I might have gotten it wrong with the whole EFF thing, but as far as I'm aware, I don't think I did. And once again, it really sucks that Omegle and other companies had to go through this when, I mean, Omegle, you know, they wanted their platform to be used for good things and for people to meet new people. If you thought that this was a good video, make sure you hit the like button so it gets promoted more in the algorithm so more people will see it. If you're new to the channel and you like the video, make sure you subscribe so that you won't miss out on any future content that I do put out. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, or opinions about anything, make sure you leave a comment down in the comment section down below. And yeah, it really is a sad day in history. My name is Breone, and I will see you in my next video. Peace.